Do you mind if I do the household chores while I do this video? Because literally this apartment is as disgusting as this video is late. So I returned home from the UK the other day because I went back on a last minute trip and I asked you guys to ask me stuff about home. So quickfire Q&A and go. First question comes in from my man Alex. Alex asked, what's the longest period of time being away from home and how was it to go back? My longest period of time away from home was 20 months and that was when I went to Australia. And then I went back home to visit for 3 weeks and then I went traveling again for about the same period of time and then I went back. So in general my family see me about every 2 years, but since I've been back in Europe I've already been back twice now and I'm going back again for Christmas. Going back, it always feels like nothing has changed yet everything has changed at the exact same time. And very conflicting. Very conflicting. That's the only way I can describe it. Anyway, time to wash. Time to wash. This is the most stupid design of a door. You have to, what's this? Sport, and sko. I literally just moved everything from this room into the other one. I'm at the risk of sounding philosophical here, says Porvas. But do you think just because you belong to some place, or you were born and bred there, it becomes your home? Or do you believe in home is where the heart is? To be honest, when I think of home, I call everywhere my home. I call a hotel room my home. I'm like, oh, let's go home. It's my home for like one night, but it's my home for then. We definitely have a different point of view when it comes to where you were born and bred. I think that'll always stick very fondly with you. You can't break that, you can't lose that. And it impacts a lot of your life of how you were brought up. So you will carry that with you and it'll always be your home in a sense. But I feel you can make a home anywhere with the right people and the right place. You can call it a home. There's no rules, do what you want. Winemouth Medley asks, what are your must-dos when you arrive? Do you grab a pint to your favourite pub, eat a special meal, or visit an old stomping ground? And how do you make yourself feel at home when you're getting settled into your newest destination? I like this question. When I go home, the one thing that I've learned the past 2 times going home, and the thing that I love about the UK is pub culture. Now, minus the alcohol, but not for too long. UK has a great pub culture in the fact that if you want to go for breakfast, you can go to the pub and go for a fantastic breakfast. You want to go for dinner, let's get dressed up and go to the local Toby Carvery or whatever. So probably my first thing now is going to the nearest Wetherspoons and getting myself breakfast. For some reason, that didn't work. It honestly depends on how long I'm staying in a place, but I don't know, to feel at home, find local coffee, have coffee in the place, whether it's a hotel, an Airbnb, whatever. I need to have coffee. That's probably the first thing I will source out, whether I go out and get it or buy a little pouch, keep it in my bag, and I bring it out with the filters and everything because I'm a bit of a coffee snob. Now you see, in order for all of this to dry, I need to open those windows and it's 11 degrees outside. Brace! No, it's not. No, it's fucking not. Oh, the judgment is just rising. Again, just moving things from one place to another. Next question from my girl at the Travel Nova. What UK goodies are you bringing back with you to Budapest? Now, the only thing that I am obsessed with to bring back from the UK that I've learned, I can't live that. Marmite and Bisto. These things are expensive everywhere outside of the UK. Mia Around the World asks a really good one. Every time I go home, I don't feel I belong. Do you ever feel that way when you go home? This is a really good one because I think after you've been away for as long as I have, then it can definitely feel like especially when your friends have gone, it's after university, most people your age are either moved on, had kids, got married, or moved into different areas of that country, moved abroad, are traveling, have got jobs and different lives, and you do slowly like lose people out of your life, just naturally it happens. And yeah, going back, there's always that element of, I belong because this is where I lived for so long, but no longer do I feel I have like a real connection. And the first time you go back, you might find that a little bit hard, but just understand it's a natural progression of life. You're doing your thing, you're shaking your tail feathers out there, and so are other people. And regardless, I have a lot of homes, I suppose, I feel, around the world. And of course, Birmingham will always be the most sacred of them all. But yeah, hope that answers your question. Okay, this next question is from ChowChow596. What are the biggest changes you've noticed since being home? I always notice things like new buildings, old shops closing down, new ones opening up. Any big changes in your hometown? Love your videos. You're such an inspiration. Keep up all the hard work, my lovely. Thank you, darling. Big changes, right? So I live near what used to be Selyoke Hospital. And if you know Birmingham at all, you know that it got, you know, well, still being pulled down. My God, it's an eyesore. But basically, I used to have a view of the hospital, and that was a view I grew up with my whole life. And now it's all like residential areas. It turned into a military hospital. Now I don't think it's even that. I think it's all moved to the QE now, the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham. Oh my God, when you walk around to see the rest of the hospital that they still haven't pulled down, it's such a fucking eyesore. It's horrible. I hate it. It's just all like boarded off and like derelict now. And obviously they will be pulling them all down eventually, but I can still see another 10 years and they're still going to be part of the hospital, still up. But I did put on my Instagram story when I went back, there's like a cricket field not far from where I live, and now that's all changed into a residential little village. Like, I literally did on my Instagram story, I was like, my God, back in my day, this was all fields. So, yeah, plus fucking New Street Station, Grand Central. Okay. I was hating on it before I really saw it. It's stunning. Because if you know the old New Street, which if you do, I'm sorry. The old New Street was, how can I put it, a shit tip. It was vile. It was a massive concrete structure of the train station. And now it's like a shopping mall. It looks like an airport. It's insanely beautiful. I am a big fan, but not of the name. It's fucking New Street, all right? Let's just get that fucking straight. I remember someone also asked in the comments, sorry, my hands are wet and I keep trying them to look at the questions, but I know someone did ask and I'll pop it up on the screen. Thank you for your question. Have you been back to your university in South Wales since you graduated, and do any elements of it like feel like home anymore? And I did go back, excuse me, a couple of years ago, and I met up with a friend, an old uni mate there, and I stayed with her for a couple of days, and honest to God, I love my university. It brings back so many fucking feels, because university for me was one of the best times of my life. It honestly was. It's like the best 3 years of my life. I don't regret it, even though I'm in horrific debt now and all that, yada yada. I do not regret it, and I don't regret not using my degree either. Even when I go to other campuses, just randomly if I have to walk through one in a different country, it's the feels of academia. I don't know, there's something in me that I'm attracted to universities and campuses, because I had such the most amazing time at university. I loved every minute of those 3 years. It was phenomenal. Ta-da! Next question. Okay, a couple more questions before I jump back into work. Clueless Wonder Official says, I'm interested to see what you don't look forward to coming back home for. He says that being at home means you're not traveling. So for me, probably I've got to say the weather. Very light in here, wait. I've got to say the weather has to be it, because last time I went back, luckily it was very blue sky, very autumny, very nice, but in general, going back to the UK means grey skies all day, every day, even in summer. And I think it just depresses me. It honestly just depresses me. I wake up and I just see it's so dark and dreary and drizzly, and that's the one thing I dread. I struggle getting myself up and getting in the mood when I'm in that kind of weather. Ruby_Hollyoak says, how's the Country Girl pub? I went there yesterday when you were there, but I must have walked past you and not seen you. I was really upset when I found out you were there at the same time, but I didn't see you. Yes, so the Country Girl pub is my childhood local pub in Britain, and I used to go there before it was, I think it's Amber Inn's own it now. Before that, they had a massive field at the back, and at the bottom there was play equipment, and everyone used to sit outside. You used to be able to go next door to the fish and chip shop, get a bag of chips and bring it into the pub and sit outside with your pint while all the kids played. And all the parents just used to watch us running around the field, and then they changed it all into a car park, and everyone was really pissed for ages. Country Girl, great pub, really nice food. And yeah, it's just one of those homely places for me. And we'll end this on one more question from WhatsApp. It says, I came home a few weeks ago from a 6.5 month traveling. I felt extremely underwhelmed, preach. About a day after I arrived back, nothing has changed and it felt like I never left. I feel like my travel experience was just a dream. Is that normal? It's completely normal. Understand that your travel experience was not just a dream, it happened. And the thing is, because you've been away and you've had all these crazy experiences, like really mental experiences that you're gonna hold with you for the rest of your life, and the whole traveling scene is not generally normal life. When you come back, you will be very underwhelmed normally. And it's completely normal, it's completely fine, and it's completely expected. And just try and take what you learned when you were traveling and try and really hone in on how you're feeling when you get home. It's going to continue feeling underwhelming probably for a little while, but don't get sad about that, just kind of study it a little. That's what I did when I first went back after Australia. I really studied how I felt when I got back, and I realised what I wanted in life. It really helped me put into perspective what I really wanted, because you've just been on this crazy whirlwind adventure, and that in general isn't everyday life. So anything other than that, it's almost like you've received reverse culture shock going home just to a bit of normality. And normality is scary for travellers after they've been travelling for that long. So don't worry, it's normal. Study a little, see what you can learn, see where you want to move forward from that. Okay, that's it, I'm done. If you enjoyed this Q&A, then do let me know, but also let me know what topics for Q&As you'd like me to do, because I don't like to do in general very broad Q&As like I did last time. I only did it last time because I hadn't done a Q&A in a long time. This time I got inspired because I was home. I was like, let's talk about home and travel. So what would you like the next Q&A? Maybe I'll do these like once a month or something and just like throw them on my channel every now and again. What should we talk about next time? Let me know down below. And in general now, I ask my questions over on Instagram. Well, I ask you to ask me questions on Instagram, so that's where I'll be doing it. Also, yes, today's task, follow me on Instagram. Do it. Oh no, I don't really care. So I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. I'm gonna go and get on with some work. I've got a few more things to do around the house, but I hope you don't mind that I cleaned the apartment and did all that crap whilst doing this video, but I just had to really utilize the time I had. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know, and I'll see you in a couple of days.